Da, da, da. You guys asked me to sing, so I sang for you. It looks like we are live. Hello, you amazing hackers. How are you doing? Hope you're all doing well this evening. So today we're going to pick the winner of the previous giveaway, and we're going to do a little bit of reworking on our repository that we started a little while ago. So first of all, I've loaded the giveaway video and all of its comments. There were 22 unique participants, so thank you very much everybody who participated, and thank you everybody who watches my channel and subscribes, because you guys are amazing. Literally like 60% of you guys subscribe. That's insane. Other YouTube channels can only dream of that statistic. It's crazy that 60% of my people are subscribers, the people who watch my channel. Now if this thing would load, we would see who the winner was. This is annoying. Let's just is it gonna load, or are we going to have to refresh the page? I'm going to copy the URL already. Damn, this is really tough. I'm going to reload the page, guys. So our YouTube comment picker is keeping up the tension for us. We're going to start again. Let's get our comments, and we'll wait for this to load. Not going as planned. Apparently we have a commenter extra, so I'm going to of course look at who entered when, because the giveaway closed yesterday. Sorry guys, if you want to enter a giveaway, you guys are going to have to subscribe to my channel. I post them regularly, and we're going to go over to Chrome, I think, because this isn't working. Hey, how are you doing, guys? Great having you all here. So we're going to do a lot more of these giveaways. Let's see. Yeah, for some reason Firefox is being a little bit bothersome. So we're going to switch over to Google Chrome to pick our winner. Let's start picking a random winner. Drum roll please. And there we go. Congratulations, man. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce your name. I'm just going to contact you on Instagram. Thank you very much for participating, everybody. I'm going to be posting a lot more of these. So this was thanks to Pentesterlab. I sent them an email and they sent me a code back. But I'm also going to try to contact some other companies for you guys, see if I can get some more codes for you. We're going to contact you, and we're going to get you that code so you can start hacking on Pentesterlab. Thanks again for everybody who participated and everybody who keeps watching my channel, because it's crazy. I already have 200 more subscribers than last time we spoke. Hey guys, how are you doing? Wow, so many people in the chat. What version of Burp is yours? I have no idea. Let's see. I used, of course, the Burp Pro Edition. So we'll take a look at what my version of Burp is. By the way, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat box below. I'll be watching them as well. Yeah, thanks Pentesterlab, and I'm really sorry guys. I wish I could give everybody of you at least a month of Pentesterlab. I wish I could give you much more, man, but unfortunately I can't. So this is my current version, the 2025.1. I think it's I think this is the Mac versioning system, and I think that Windows or maybe another might be different, because you're talking about the 1.7.73. So mine is a little bit more ahead. That's why I think maybe different on each platform. Hey Omar, you amazing hacker. I'm doing excellent. Thank you very much for asking. I hope you're doing well as well. Hey Zeus, how are you doing, man? Everybody, Zeus, go drop your channel in the description in the chat box. He makes YouTube videos as well. They're really cool. Go check them out if you guys have time. He makes a lot more in-depth and more advanced stuff than me, like malware analysis and that kind of stuff. He's really good with C++ and all of the malware analysis. Yeah, congrats, man. So update, yeah. Okay. So I have no idea how the versioning system works then, how the Burp Pro versioning works. This is my current version anyway. What I have in store for you today is I have also a few of the tips that I've gathered from @overflow. This amazing frog messaged me on Twitter, and he gave me a few tips for organizing the security testing repository. And since 8 of you guys gave it a star already, our repository, and thought it might be cool if we clean it up a little bit, and I've also gotten some suggestions from other people who wanted to add some things but couldn't make a pull request, so we'll try to see how we can get that a little bit better. By the way, I see 7 forks here. I don't know if this is why you guys cannot create pull requests, but I don't see any pull requests, so we'll do it right now live on stream. Should I paste this in the chat for you guys, by the way? The CSRF video, I think CSRF is at the end of this week. We have SSRF coming up next. We have you guys you guys need the SSRF video. Well, I've made it already and it's almost done. All I have to do is make a good thumbnail now, and then I can release that one. And I've also done another one for you guys already, talking about, damn, my brain is really bad. I have a horrible memory. I'll look it up later. So for those of you who just joined, this is the winner of our giveaway. I'll contact you on Instagram. Thank you very much for playing, everybody. And we're going to do a new giveaway soon, of course, because I really like doing this for you guys as well. Now in our repository, I'm just going to open these tips in a new tab. And this is what Ed told us: avoid using text files when creating lists with links. Use Markdown instead, which makes the links clickable on GitHub. Now that's some super good advice, because of course it's a lot easier to read for you guys, and I don't know if you guys know Markdown, but maybe we should go over some of the features, because it's a really useful tool in my opinion. Also for your report writing, by the way, most of the popular platforms support Markdown, so it might be interesting if we talk a little bit about it. I don't know, what do you guys think? Taking a quick sip of my coffee there. Let's see the live chat real quick. Wow, 2 bugs in a day. Congratulations, Apuri. That's really nice, man. I've had that before, but they were not valid bugs for me. So I really hope your bugs are valid, man. I'm praying for you, man. Good luck on that. Hey, Andy, great having you, man. How are you doing? So let's go over to the file that we created while doing the last stream. We created this file called multi-target recon. I'm going to edit the file now, and we're going to add some things. First of all, we're going to call it .md. This is going to give it the markdown. So when we preview the changes, I don't know if this is going to work. If it doesn't, yeah, it did work, so that's perfect. Now what I want to do is make these things like, I don't want these lines below the titles, and I just want titles. So what I'm going to do is put 2 stars in front of it. So if it will allow me, of course, that is. Why is it not allowing me to edit my file? Let's see here. There we go. Okay, it's showing me a live preview. That's really cool. So this is for making a bold markup. Alright, so apparently we have 1 star too many. There we go. And then we can make this into a list by just putting the stripes in front of it. So we're just cleaning up the repository right now a little bit. We got some tips from @overflow. Really great guy, by the way. He reached out to me on Twitter and he gave me some of these tips voluntarily. I didn't have to ask for them. So awesome. Thank you very much, man. If you're watching, give that frog like a roar and let yourself be known. My burp is a paid version. I use the paid version, but I'm lucky because my work pays for it, so I don't have to buy a license myself. But if I did, I would, because I really like Burp Pro. Even for just the saving of a project, because if you have Burp Community Edition, you cannot even save your project. That's why it's not as interesting for me. Wow, congratulations, Mayank. Hey, I'm going to add your, you made some changes. I'm going to add them soon. So right now I'm just cleaning it up and we're going to check out your changes soon. So let's see, Carl, hey Rad, love your work, keep posting videos. Hey, love you too, man. Thanks so much for watching. As long as you guys keep watching my stuff, I'm going to keep making it. Your videos help me, is what Apuri says. Thank you very much, man. Just hearing that stuff, it really makes me happy, because I can help you guys and it's easy for me to just make a small video. So with those small things, thank you guys for letting me help you. That's all I can say. What I want to do now is do the same for all of the other parts. So I want to put this in bold. Don't need my line in here. There we go. Make this into a list. Same for this one. Put it in bold. There we go. We're also going to test some files later on that we might present on Sunday's stream, because one of the subscribers, Merrick, I don't know if you're in here, but he was so kind to write some of the scripts for us that we needed, and we're going to go over that. Oh, I'm trying to do Command B to do it in bold, but that's not going to work, of course. I need to put the stars in front of it and behind it. That's putting something in bold and markup. So if you guys can see, if I put 1 star, it's going to put it in italic. If I put 2, it's going to put it in bold. And if I put 3, it's going to put it in italic again, apparently. So that's some markup. We'll look down, markdown. We'll look up the exact language syntax later on. Now I just want to get this finished real quick so that we can get it over with. There we go. Get rid of the line again. Make it into a list. Don't remove too much, of course. By the way, how are you guys doing tonight? Is everybody okay? Thank you guys for joining me. It's so plentiful because a lot of you have joined. I saw before, like 10 people have joined already. So let's commit these changes, make it a little bit prettier. There we go. Now maybe I can, I'm trying to use shortcut E works on this page. That's pretty nice. Did not know that. So you can just press the E shortcut and then it'll start editing. By the way, would not recommend this. I'm just committing directly to my master. I would not recommend this in production. Really would not, but it's a file that we use for ourselves, and it's not really a code file. So let's see here. Web recommendations for learning web security. I would really recommend the Pentesterlab labs. I'm a really big fan, as you guys probably already know, and I've made quite a few videos about it already. Quite a lot more will come because I really like how thorough they are, and they really base themselves on real life scenarios. That's a big plus for me, especially in these days, because if you look at, for example, let's say some of the CTFs out there, what I don't like about CTFs is that they're not really based on real life examples. But that's what I do like about CTFs, on the other hand, is that they teach you logical thinking skills. But for me, the real life scenarios is something that's really important. So I can only recommend Pentesterlab labs for that. Let's see, if a site is vulnerable to SSRF, then it is possible to make a request to localhost of my PC. If yes, then how? And what is Burp Collaborator used as? So that's a really interesting question as why. I'm going to try to explain it as good as I can, as quickly as I can. SSRF is basically you telling the server that you're attacking. So if, for example, if you're attacking a web server, that web server might have some functionality that can only be reached by the loopback address. So you have to imagine that you're a system administrator, and you make an /admin functionality on your website. So you go www.google.com/admin, and you can only reach the admin page if you're talking from within the local host network, from within the local network. So alright, that's not possible from outside. So say for example you're the hacker and you want to go to the /admin page. You cannot do that from your computer, so you have to do that from the so-called computer of an internal administrator and somebody who's working internally. So it's really just making the web server that you're attacking, for example. You can make that one do a call to the /admin page, and that way it will seem to the admin page like the call is coming from localhost because the web server is doing it and not you. So you cannot just randomly start typing in your URL bar. You have to find an SSRF entry point, which is a whole different topic in and of itself. But it can make internal services that are only accessible internally, it can make them accessible. Now look forward to the video I'll be releasing in 2 days because it'll talk extensively about SSRF and specifically related to Burp Collaborator. That's more for DNS, so that's where, for blind SSRF. So when you want to do an SSRF attack but you don't get any feedback back from the system, you want to know if your calls came somewhere. So Burp Collaborator is like a server that's running somewhere in the wild, and any web server can make a call to it, an HTTP call, a DNS call, some other call types. It's just a server waiting for those calls, and it's used for example, blind SSRF, blind command injection, that kind of stuff. So if you need to do anything blind XXS, that's the word I was looking for. So if you need to do anything blind, you can use the Burp Collaborator for that. Burp Portswigger is awesome. The whole content is great and written by the guy who wrote the Web Application Hacker's Handbook. Fun fact. That's a really fun fact. I did not know that, Andy. Thanks for sharing that. 10 out of 10 explanation. Thank you so much, Pranav. By the way, sorry if I butcher your guys' name. The ferret's booty. I don't know. I think the ferrets are asleep. They have chosen like 4 spots that they like to sleep at. So maybe I'll be able to wake them up with my voice if I talk a bit louder. Alright, if you guys have any more questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below or in the description. Let's see, hey Rat, do you think most of the XSS vulnerabilities are done for? Well, I don't, because one of my first vulnerabilities as a bug bounty hunter was actually a stored cross-site scripting, and it was in a table header. So you have to imagine just a website and it had some new functionality, and for that functionality they build a table to display the kind of data that you have, and for the headers, often if you have a table, the headers of that table are often vulnerable to cross-site scripting. And I found a few other cross-site scripting attacks, but you have to really know what you're doing, because you cannot just report normal cross-site scripting anymore. You have to report something that's impactful, so you have to chain your cross-site scripting into something else, like an account takeover, for example, or you can chain it into maybe executing an action in the name of an account that you're not supposed to by doing a JavaScript function, that kind of stuff. So it's XSS is certainly not done for, but you have to know where to look for it, and in my opinion that's often integration point, and you have to know how to chain it to a higher vulnerability, because cross-site scripting is not as bad as it used to be, that's certain. Bonjour, comment ça va? Everything is alright here. Let's get this. I'm going to try my best French here, pardon me, it's not going to be good. Est-ce que tu connais des ressorts pour exploiter une mauvaise configuration des headers de sécurité? So if I know a tool for exploiting vulnerabilities of misconfigured headers, security headers. So if I'm understanding correctly, you're talking about things like content security, policy, and that kind of stuff. Am I right, G6? Um, Thank you. I'm from Belgium, by the way, so that's why I know so much French. Well, so much. I know a little bit of French, not a whole lot. But no, not really. I have known some tools that somebody sent me, but I'll have to look them up. So if anybody knows any tools that look for any vulnerabilities in misconfigured security headers, feel free to post them below. I think one of the Burp Pro extensions was capable of doing it, but I'm not sure 100%, so I have to get back to you on that one. Yes, the name of the author is David Stuttert, author of Web Application Hacker's Handbook. Really good book, by the way, guys. I would highly recommend reading that. Hey, Cool Tech, how are you, guy? How are you, bro? Great seeing you again, man. It's been a long time. By the way, sorry if I'm not as much on Instagram or on any other of the social platforms, guys. It's been super busy, and I also have my day job, so that's why I'm not on all the social media platforms. But I'll get to you, I promise. Whenever you send a message, I'll try and get to you as soon as possible. Let's see here. Great explanation. Thank you, Ventilator. Let's see. Cross-site scripting with token leak, which isn't trend. Yeah, that's true. It's cross-site scripting with cross-site request forgery token leakage is a popular option. So you can do that for raising the severity of your cross-site scripting bugs. That's a really good one. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for sharing that, Mayank. Let's see. Abdul is saying, what alternative of Spider option is available in Burp Suite? There are some free alternatives like GoBuster. That's a really popular one that I use. You can use FUF. That's also really a popular one. By the way, guys, if you want these tools, I also write them down in my over here. Let's see. So it's specifically directory brute forcing you were asking for, so you can use GoBuster. You can of course use your pro content discovery, FUF, and also deer search was suggested yesterday. So I'm going to paste this in here. There we go. If you guys have any questions about that, by the way, feel free to ask them. Let's see. Every time I send my girlfriend message, Mark Zuckerberg smiles. Alright, man, I don't know what that means, but alright, man, you're so crazy, dude. Seriously, I like you guys so much. You're so insanely freaking, you're like 12 people are watching me talk. That's insane. I hope you guys are all doing okay, man. I really do. Let's see here. What's your favorite add-on or extension in Burp? Oh, 100% authorized, man. 1000% authorized. I really love that extension. It allows you to look for unsecure direct object references automatically. And what it does is it just repeats your request, but it changes your security headers. So if you have, for example, your session cookie, and you have a session cookie of another user that has lower privileges, it'll automatically repeat your request of the higher privileged user with the cookies of the lower privileged one and authenticate it and unauthenticated. So you will have a couple of ways to test for that. Now, of course, if your authentication is not in the session in the headers, it's not going to work. But it works for like 99% of the cases, and all of the other cases you can automate yourself. So that's an option. Let's see, Omar here. What certification do you have, bro? I have a lot of certifications for normal software testing. So I have ISTQB, ISTQB Technical Test Analyst. I also have an expert certificate in Neoload 5.2. So Neoload is a performance testing tool. And then, of course, I also have my Offensive Security Certified Professional. That's the one I'm most proud of. I really like that one. Let's see. I want to get OSWE, I think, but I'm not sure yet. I really want to, but it's not going to be for this year. It's probably going to be for next year, and we're going to give it hell. So let's go. All right, Mirek, I'm late. Uptime. I don't know if commands like that work in here, man. Like the exclamation mark commands. Yeah, authorize is really amazing, man. Sorry, Utter. I really don't know how to pronounce that name. I'm just gonna call you CoolTech from now, okay, man? Tell me I can't take over bug through bug video. I've been asking some of the guys in my Discord channel. By the way, if you guys want to join the really cool Discord channel, link will be in the description below. I've been asking those guys how to get some POC videos and how to get some vulnerability disclosures. And they've been giving me some real advice, so I hope I can bring them to you guys real fast. I've been asking the community managers at Integrity, and we'll see. We'll see hopefully real soon, guys. All right. Authorizes best tools, yeah, for sure, man, 100%. Can I show you guys Docker a bit? Yes, I can. So it's really simple. You just download the Docker desktop application. By the way, I also have a video for that on my channel, so if you're really interested, go check that out. What song should I sing, Zeus? So what I did was I just started up Docker, and as you guys can see, my Docker desktop is now running, which means I can run any Docker commands that I want. So if I, for example, want to run the damn vulnerable web application in Docker, I can just look on it for Google, go to vulnerables, go to the hub, the Docker hub, and here you can find all of the applications that run on Docker, so all of the Docker compose files. Because what Docker is it basically means that it's a lot of virtualization. Like you guys probably already know virtual machines. You probably already have some running in VirtualBox or VMware Player or whatever. This is like a virtual machine, but you only run the core essential parts that you need, so it's nowhere near as heavy, and you can easily run all kinds of stuff with Docker. It's what we call containerized environments. So it helps you easily spin up an environment that contains everything that it needs to run what you need it to run. So for example, right now I want to run Docker damn vulnerable web application via Docker. And if I do that, I'm going to need a database and all that kind of stuff. And that's pre-installed in the Docker compose file. So every single Docker container consists of a Docker file. And this compose file is going to tell it that it needs to install my SQL server, that it needs to give it a root user, that kind of stuff. And then I can just go to the overview page, pull in that specific Docker container, and then I can easily run it given the commands that they have given me. And Docker, of course, has a few options as well. I'm not going to go over them too deeply because try harder, guys. But if you like run Docker like it is right now, it's going to just start the compose file like it's used to, and it's going to start all of the, like you see, MySQL, MariaDB. It's going to start everything that it needs, and then I can go, after it's done, to my local host. Let's see real quick, on port 8080, oh no, sorry, port 80 just, and we can have a damn vulnerable web application just like that. In a few seconds I've spun up my damn vulnerable web application. So that's what Docker is all about. You also have Kubernetes, which is a way of distributing your containers easily. So that's also an option, but I'm not going to go much deeper into that because I don't think it's really useful for people like you and me. So that's a little bit about Docker. Thank you very much. That's a really good topic. Let's see. Cool Tech is asking, in India is nighttime, bro, so all are sleeping mood. You're all sleepy? Yeah, me too, guys. It's almost nighttime. Well, for me that's nighttime. I go to bed by 10 p.m. because I'm really tired all of the time. So suggest me PHP scripts. What PHP scripts would you like? Cool Tech, do you have any specific tools that you have in mind? Mirik is trying to get a cross-site scripting vector into my chat again. Nice try, bro, but you're going to have to think of something better than that. What song do you want me to sing, Zeus? By Shakira or Nicki Minaj? Holy shit. Baby. You guys really want to see me humiliated, don't you? I'll tell you what, if you guys give me, we have 7 likes now, if you guys can give me 10 likes, I'll sing Baby by Justin Bieber. How about that? Let's see here, Docker are hot these days, really makes life simple. Yeah, I really enjoy doing Docker. I have all of my tools that I have on Linux. I can just run them on my Mac and I don't have to worry about anything. I just can run whatever I want, and I don't have to worry about installing Linux, don't have to worry about installing Windows, all of that kind of stuff. Now, if you guys could stop smashing that like button, I would really, god damn it. Alright, there we go. Baby, 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 oh. There we go, guys, that was enough. Alright, let's continue doing our normal program, shall we? Let's see. So through Docker, do you do bug bounties? I use my tools in Docker. I sang, man. I did my part. You guys did your part. I did my part. Thank you very much for smashing that like button. All right. Let's see. Going like from my test account. Hey, don't take those likes back now. I saw 11 likes and now we're down to 10 again. Alright, so Docker is hot these days, really makes life simple. I was telling you guys a bit about Docker. Right, yeah, I do use Docker in my bug bounty hunting. I use it pretty much daily because I have a few tools and I'm trying to make a Docker compose files for you guys. I really hope so, Zeus. I really hope so. Alright, I think we're going to do one more thing and then I think we're going to give it a night. We're going to edit this file because I want to make this file also an MD file instead of a txt like Ed told us. And then let's quickly just check on all of the tips that he gave us because they're really interesting. Whoa, that looks really bad. Yeah, let's keep it at a txt for now. And we'll do MD later on. There we go. Because I'll have to fix the whole file. Oh, right. What I also wanted to do is... Oh, I'm sorry, bro. This is the winner. Let's see. Here we go. So this is our winner of this month. We're going to do these a lot more often, especially because we have some Patreons now, which I would like to really extend my thanks to. Thank you guys so much for supporting me on Patreon. It's unbelievable that people would even consider donating money to me, let alone on a monthly basis. So really crazy. Thank you guys so much. Thanks to you, we're going to be able to get a lot more of these giveaway prizes. So we're going to be able to do a lot more and a lot cooler as well. That's something really interesting because I think I might have a cool prize for you guys later. But we'll talk about that soon. Let's see what else we have in here. A tool which can send... yeah, that's true. Good that you tell me that because that's why I started up Discord. So there we go. MS and find domain and subdomain enumeration. So we'll add these quickly as well because that didn't work with the pull requests. There we go. Let's open our list and let's start editing. So for subdomain enumeration, we also had MS. By the way, why is MS for subdomain enumeration? Can you elaborate a little bit on that, please? I'm going to add it for now. Let's see, not Docker. That's something different. And find domain. There we go. So let's add both. By the way, guys, I'll put the links to these real quickly as well. Nuclei and vulnerability scanner. Right, that's one you guys gave me. So it's a vulnerability scanner. Interesting. That's one we're going to have to check out. That's by Project Discovery, by the way. For port scanning, mass scan. Oh, a mass. Sorry, I'm an idiot. I was talking about mass scan. I was confusing these two. Now I understand what a mass is. I use it a lot. You have to give it like, do you want to search the web? Do you want to... Yeah, now I know. So we going to add these quickly to the port scanning. Do we have a port scanning section already? Subdomain flyovers, directory brute forcing. We don't have a port scanning section yet, so we'll do it over here. We'll add a new section, port scanning, we'll call it. And we're also going to add, so let's add tools, masscan and Naboo, and we'll also add nmap to this one. There we go. Alright, that was it. There we go. Let's save this file. By the way, guys, really crazy that 8 of you have started this repository. That's insane. Thank you guys so much for that. I really appreciate that. Let's see what else we have in the chat here. Rad, can you tell me about some good resources to learn bash scripting? I could, but I'm going to have to look at them up because I can't remember them exactly, but I have a really cool tutorial that is interactive, and it's really awesome because we try to hack the website. Since you can enter bash in there, we thought, why not try and hack it, you know? But we didn't find anything. They had a really good restricted bash environment, so props to those guys. I'll give you guys the link to that later on. Why don't you collect all of your tools and write scripts to install all of them? That's what I want to do with Docker Merrick. That's why I want to make the Docker Compose file. Thank you for being here, man. I hope I'll see you soon, man. I will see you soon. Thank you for writing that script, by the way. We'll talk about that later on, guys. Merrick wrote us an awesome script that we want to show in a later episode. Sai is asking, what criteria do you consider to pick your target endpoint after done recon? Do you see the endpoint status 403, 404, or anything else? It really depends. What I'll usually do is I'll start just directory brute forcing until I get some status codes that are different than what I expect. Like for example, if everything gives a status code 403, but I have one domain that gives me a 301 redirect, I'll investigate that one. If I have some, I'll usually look at the 200 status codes first, of course. That's really one of the things that I'll look at first. And if they have a 403, I'll try to brute force from that directory as well to see if I can access any of the subdirectories of the forbidden directory, because sometimes they didn't give the proper permissions to subdirectories or files within those. So that's one of the things I'll always look for. And I'll also look a lot for endpoints that stand out, you know. What's really important as a hacker is that you're able to think outside of the box. You guys already know that. So it's really important to just be able to look at a file of hundreds of endpoints and pick up ones that don't match the pattern, if you guys know what I mean. I'll go a little bit more deeper into that as well, but that's why I usually just try to see which domains resolve. I try to go for those first, then do content discovery or directory brute forcing on them. And if I get a forbidden, of course, it's more interesting to do some directory brute forcing on there. Sorry for that long answer. Let's see here, OSCP content. That's coming right up because I created an episode on word lists and what word lists I use for pen testing. And it's based on my OSCP training. So coming right up, man. Thanks for that suggestion. No worries, have a good one. Stay tuned, boys. See you later, Merrick. Thanks for joining. You can use Bug Bounty Striker for all-in-one tool for bug bounty. We'll see about, let's look about the tool real quick. So Bug Bounty Striker. Ooh, sorry guys, wrong screen. Or right screen. Let's just, there we go. So we'll search for Bug Bounty Striker. Is this the tool that you mean? Well, let's see. You can use Bounty Striker, so it's called Bounty Striker. Is this the tool you mean? This might be it. Bounty Strike shell is a collection of Bash and Python scripts that installs common bug bounty tools, performance recon, scans, and continuous asset discovery. Now that's a really interesting one, the continuous asset discovery. Let's see. So the tools that come pre-installed are Amass, Subfinder, GoBuster, Wayback URLs, Wayback Unifiner, HTPro, Mag, Unfurl. These are some really, this is an impressive list. Thank you very much, man. Looks like we might have to do a video on this specific tool because there's so much installed in it. Really interesting. Thank you for suggesting that, man. Alright, thanks, man. Thanks for asking the question, Sai. Always great to see happy and smiling. Yeah, I'm really happy with this stream and how the way it's going. You guys are awesome. You guys are champions, man. Great seeing that you guys are sticking true with me just blabbering on for so long. I'm sorry if it's not that technical, but there will be some more technical content coming. Yeah, it really does have everything. Just looking at it, wow, it's really co-witness, Aquatone. You have everything that you need in here. Mass DNS, mass scan, nmap, sec lists. That's crazy. Sec lists are on there. These are all the word lists that I was going to talk about tomorrow. Alright, that's a pretty awesome tool. I'm going to paste this into the chat below as well, by the way, guys. Thank you very much for suggesting this tool. Might have to do a separate video on it. So, I don't know if you guys have any more questions. I would like to thank you guys very much for following the rat. I promise pretty soon we'll grow to exponential levels and we'll do really cool giveaways. It's not going to last long that we only stay at 2,000 subscribers. Really soon I'm going to talk to you guys and we'll be like at 20,000, maybe 200,000 subscribers. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Let's see. Mookie, I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. Mookie says, and Tom Hacks. Tom Hacks, is that also a tool? Because I really like the tools that Tom writes. If you guys don't know who that is, yeah, this is it. So this is like hacky one-off scripts, tests, etc. That's really interesting as well. Thank you very much, man. Thanks for that suggestion. Hey, any suggestion OSWE if you want to do more on bug bounty hunting? I want to do OSWE and it sounds super interesting, but what I've heard from most people is that it's mostly a static analysis tool. So you're going to learn how to do static code analysis and you're going to do a lot of it. So if you like reading scripts and if you like reading source codes, OSWE is the thing for you. You're going to learn the internal workings of all of these cool things like ASP.NET and that kind of stuff. But if you really want to focus on bug bounty hunting specifically, just do it. Just bug bounty hunt. That's the best thing you can do. That's the best certificate you can get, is real life bugs. That's the best thing I can recommend. Read a lot of books, read a lot of Hacktivity, read some proof of concepts. I'll try to bring you guys some soon because I really think you guys deserve it as well. You have been asking for it very patiently. So thank you for your patience. I hope I can reward it really soon. Those are the main tips I can give you guys. Platforms to learn bug bounty hunting. There are a couple of platforms. I don't know if you mean platforms as in platforms to do bug bounty hunting, but you can go to Integrity, Bugcrowd, HackerOne, Yes We Hack, Synac, all that kind of stuff. But if you specifically want to learn how to do some real bug bounty hacking and bug bounty stuff, I can wholeheartedly recommend the Integrity blog. So I'll give you guys Integrity blog. There we go. So it's just blog.integrity.com, and they write some new articles every single week, and it contains some cool tips from bug bounty sessions. It contains some cool stuff in there for learning how to hack. They always have some new cool stuff in there. Now, what I also recommend, of course, is pentesterlab. So for me, it's really useful to learn at least the basics, and if you guys want even more, they have some pretty advanced badges. And then, of course, you've also got the Bug Crowd Academy, which is also a really interesting, the university is what I mean, which is also a really interesting way to learn hacking. They cover the basics, a little bit like my channel, but they go somewhat more in depth, and they cover some more advanced things as well. So really advise this one to you guys as well. And then there might be a third option, which would be the Portswigger Labs. Of course, I love doing the Portswigger Labs. That's pretty obvious for my channel, I'd say. Let's see here. Some people say it's more like white box testing. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean by static code analysis. Sorry, it's very white box based. So it's not super useful for bug bounty hunting, but of course you also learn to read JavaScript files, and you learn about DOM things. So it does have some interesting topics, but for me it's not the end all go all for bug bounty hunting. You'd be much better off completing one of the things that I just listed for a bug crowd and that kind of stuff. Now, Offensive Security also provided AWE certificate for web securities, dudes. Let's see, AWE, isn't that just OSWE that we were talking about? Let's look it up for offensive security. The AWE course and the OSEE certification. Okay, so it was the AWAE for OSWE. All of these acronyms, they're making my head spin a little bit. Sorry, guys. Also, just wanted to ask, how much time did it took to you become the top 50 hackers on Integrity? My journey, it took me, if I were to think about it, I'd say maybe 2 or 3 months, but I've been really lucky because I've found a few clusters of bugs that I could abuse, which, of course, if you're lucky like that, you find 6, 7, 8 bugs on a target, all in the same vein. So, as you guys know, I do insecure direct object references, and I do them in my way. And I found a lot of medium vulnerabilities that way. So I started with a few programs, and the first thing I found was a stored cross-site scripting, which was rated as high. And then I moved over and found some other vulnerabilities, more insecure direct object reference, that kind of stuff. And of course, after they got approved, it sort of skyrocketed from there because I found quite a few. And then I found another critical vulnerability on an open vulnerability disclosure program. So of course that's also good for my points. And that's pretty much all the hacking I've done up to this point. I'm currently also working on another program, but it might take me a little while before I find something new, because I'm mostly focusing on the YouTube channel right now. And whenever I have time, I do some more bug bounty hunting. So it's not like I do full-time bug bounty hunting anymore. I don't really have time for that anymore as well with the kid, because, you know, with YouTube I can plan completely how I hack and all that kind of stuff. I can plan when I learn, and then I can make a video for you guys, and it's really easy. But it's not that easy with bug bounties. For me, it's a lot harder, because when I find a bug, I have to be completely focused for a couple of hours at least. And it's not always that easy for me to get into that flow. You guys probably all know about the hacker flow, you know, that flow where whatever happens around you, you don't even notice. People can be talking around you, can be screaming, can be shooting guns for all that matters. You won't even know, because you're so advanced and busy in your hacking strategies that you're thinking like, oh my god, I'm gonna get this. And that's the kind of flow that I need, because that's what got me all of my security vulnerabilities so far. And to get into that flow, I need at least 1, maybe 2 hours. So yeah, I did use Authorize to find a lot of those vulnerabilities, but I also just tested a lot of them manually, because some of the vulnerabilities are not always easy to find with authorize. One of the examples I can give you guys is I found this hidden functionality in a JavaScript file, and it was a functionality that had insecure direct object reference into it, but that function was not available from the UI. So that's one of the things that I found where authorize was not helpful, because I couldn't use it there because I couldn't even call the function. So that will be all for today, guys. I would like to thank you guys so much for watching and interacting. Congratulations once again to the winner. I'll be talking to you on Instagram real soon, so keep your eyes open for that, and I hope I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye everybody. Bye.